I'm going to double check. I've never had technical difficulties on this program, but today for some reason it keeps freezing up and shutting down, which means there's some really heavy spirits trying to come through. But I still have Leeann on the line, and she is. Oop, okay, it's working out.
I was trying to share it.
Thank you. She's monitoring. So the Leeann is the better half of Bert Kreischer. Her name is Leeann Kreischer. She has some entities in her house.
Hi, Leeann.
And Leeann, thank you for calling in. I know you guys are really busy. You're going to take off and take a trip and have some fun. But I just want to thank you for calling in. I had the honor of getting to see her house this week with Rebecca Fearing, she lives nearby, and she's my other psychic medium, and she did a tour of the house and read Leeann and came up with the same exact description. It's a really interesting story, but I'm going to use this clip and show Colby's reading with Rebecca's and have Leeann and Bert, or maybe if Bert can find the time, he's pretty busy, but and kind of do a retrospective of this ghost hunt. And it's just sort of funny because you came.
I'm trying to share it.
Double check.
It doesn't your volume. It doesn't let me do anything. There you go.
Okay, so anyways, Leeann, you've experienced technical difficulties on a live stream show during a psychic medium broadcast. It happens a lot. So this is very unusual. My streams never shut down, but for some reason there's somebody wanting to get in. But I really appreciate you calling in, and I hope that the next time I see you, we'll get another psychic and we'll have them tap in as well. But it seems like this person is the same person.
I think so. I don't think it's a coincidence that you both said basically the same thing. So, yeah, it's crazy. He's definitely there.
Yeah, and there's no need to, he's not there to hurt anything, no?
Something really funny happened.
Yes, I wasn't scared of him at all. I just felt like he was slowing our progress down.
Well, he's also shutting down my
renovating
studio.
the house. I kept going, everything's so
but
complicated.
Listen, I want to welcome him and tell him he can have a show here. And we had one thing that was kind of funny that Rebecca brought up was that Hugh Hefner was a friend of his, and I want to find out from Hugh Hefner's son if he knew that guy.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I thought of that today. So we're going to look into that.
That's a great idea.
Maybe we can have, I think his Chris Hefner, I can't remember his son's name, but I can reach out to him and ask him if he knew him. So that would be kind of a funny thing to find out. But we did like an hour tour of the house. It was amazing. Okay, but thank you, Leeann, and thanks for doing this, and we'll have you back soon because I want to know more. I want to know more about what happened.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Colby.
You're
you
welcome.
very much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Have a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I hope everybody on Restream can see us again. Somebody on YouTube said, honestly, a medium? Sorry, you lost me. Unsubscribing. Bye-bye. Sorry. You don't like it? You don't like it. Too bad. Go somewhere else. All right. So, Colby, good job.
Thank you.
I just want to once again say that you've been able to tap right into the place.
Thank you.
I've got another caller here. Hi, welcome to Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. Who am I talking to?
Hi, this is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. Thank you for calling. Do you have a question for Colby?
I have a friend who passed away. He's been gone now for over 2 years. And I took his ashes with me to fulfill a promise. I promised him that I would run with the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. And I ended up taking his ashes with me and running with the bulls with his ashes. And while I ran with the bulls, I felt his presence the entire time. And I wondered if there was any way for you to contact him and find out what he remembers or knows about my running with the balls.
Let's see. I mean, something like, I'll do the best I can, but something like that, Daniel, might be a little hard because I can only tell you like from his point of view. Do you know what I'm saying? So it won't be from your point of view, but I can kind of just give some feelings around it. Would you understand him in general? Like, even though obviously he's got a bit of an adventurous, I think he's actually like a really kind of a smart guy. Does that make sense around his personality? Do you understand that around him, Daniel?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Okay, like he's almost like he could have been a lawyer or something. Like I think, or he's really good at arguing. Like, I think he thinks he's always right. Does that make sense around him? Like he thinks he's always right. And then the other thing is this weird thing is, I don't think that this was like, I think you guys either had vacations before and had done things before. Is that correct? While he was in the living. Am I right?
We spent time with each other for sure.
Okay. And he gives me this feeling where, now on some point on this trip, did you get either delayed or there was like a complication that maybe it felt like you were being held back or you weren't sure, and then all of a sudden it was okay? Like, does that make sense? Do you understand that part?
Yes.
Okay.
I was injured 2 days before I was to run.
Okay, because he makes me feel like, I feel like he had something to do with being able to make it happen. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Is your Daniel, do you mind if I ask, you didn't hurt your groin? I know that's such a personal question. I'm so sorry. He gives me the feeling, I don't know if you pulled something or if it was does that make sense at all?
It was a hernia. Right through my groin.
Thank you. But see, thank you, because it makes me feel like he helped. He's actually funny. He's like, I helped, but I didn't massage it. I promise. So I feel, but he makes me feel like there's what?
He helped heal my groin, and while I was in Dr. Drew's rehab, Drew was a pain in my ass. So there's two pains that were coming from that lower region right there.
There you go. You see, from both ends, right? Now he gives me hang on. He's showing me, I feel like you hung something up. Like, did you get something framed after that and then you hung it up in your place? Do you
I have the bottle that his ashes up in the yes, it is.
Okay.
It's on display in my home.
Okay, because he lets me know about this. And I think he would drink, or at least he drank that night. But so would you understand him liking a good whiskey or a bourbon or something brown like that? Or did you drink that night?
Yeah, no, I'm sober.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You did. You know what? That's my apologies, because you said you were on Dr. Drew. My apologies. Would you understand him drinking, or he would have drank as well?
That was part of the problem. I helped get him sober.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up overdosing and dying. That was why we didn't run with the Bulls together.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So
but
I took his ass.
Yeah. But see, in his
he's probably up in heaven. He's probably having a whiskey up in heaven.
In his sense of humor, though, he celebrated with a drink. So
I can see that for sure.
Now, do you or somebody have his initials tattooed on you, or is there a tattoo connected to him?
Not a tattoo, but we called him PJ, his initials. That was his name.
Okay, got it. Is there an initial T as well? Do you know a T connected to anyone also in the living? This person's in the living.
I can't think of a T now.
Do you have a Tom or a Timmy? It's like a real simple name. Could be Tyler.
For him or
in the
for
living.
him or for me?
He's referring to someone in the living. T.
Well, Tom was Uncle Tom.
Okay.
I know he had an uncle named Tom.
Okay, there you go.
Well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. And he just tells me, one of the things is, it's kind of weird in a way because you both had this battle, right? You both had this huge battle. And he feels like you're the one who won it, but like you won it for the both of you. So you should know that you running with the bulls and overcoming the drugs and alcohol was you winning for both of you. It's so unbelievable that it was more than the running of the bulls was very symbolic, but I feel like he wants to thank you for like not quitting the fight. Like you could have gave up, you could have quit. I think you thought about it at times, and he wants to thank you for staying in there and thank you for doing it. And he also loves, I think, how you talk to him as well. So I feel like you talk to him. What happened to your feet that night? Did you get blisters? He makes me feel like, in his feet, Colby, you should have seen his feet. What happened to your feet that night? Did you get blisters? Well, I mean, I think I would have gotten more than blisters. But what happened to your feet, sweetheart?
That's funny. I wore these golden shoes to run with the bulls. They were too tight. And I got a big, huge blister on my right foot.
Okay. I see. So he knows about the blisters. Okay. He knows about the blisters. I'm curious, did you wear Nike shoes? Or I keep seeing the Nike whoosh. Or is there a connection to that?
I did. I remembered Michael Johnson when he won
that's
Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
With golden shoes.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So
Isn't
I
it
went
weird?
out and I found golden shoes from Nike to run with.
Look at that. He knows that. Well, he's got good taste, he said. So I think he helped you with this as well. And he wants to thank you. Now, again, one last thing here is I think so out of the two of you, you would have been more the scaredy cat. So I think like... what a good buddy this guy is, right? But he makes me feel like technically we would have thought he would have been the more bold one, and so he was like so proud that like you were the more reasonable one of the two of you, and that you're the one who actually followed through with it, and he wants to thank you.
Oh,
yeah. You make the first person in American history that ever call me reasonable, but that's okay. I'm going to take it.
More reasonable than him.
So
it's more reasonable than him. Wait, hang on, let me clarify.
Okay,
because so you got to look at it as him talking and him comparing himself to you. I think he would think you're more reasonable than him. That's just what he's saying.
I see.
Yeah.
Or I'll take this. And anything that's good that compares me to PJ, and I come out the other end looking good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. No, I know PJ. I met PJ on Calling Out with Susan Pinsky, I don't know, 3 years ago with Andy Dick, and MC saw him and read Andy Dick and said, because Andy Dick was in rehab with PJ when he passed. Or he was in rehab when I met him together, and they were in the Soho or what was that one down in Malibu that they were in, the Soho?
Soba
House.
Okay.
Not Soho House.
Okay.
That's that rich place where all rich people go and play. But the Soba was, I met him. He came into the studio, and then later we were reading Andy again, and the MC saw him.
Okay.
And what was ironic was he had big blue eyes.
Oh.
And you, earlier in the show, I don't know if you know this, Daniel, but when we first started the show, somebody else came through with big blue eyes, and I thought for sure it was him.
Oh.
But this woman who was calling in also had somebody who passed away from an overdose and had big blue eyes. And sometimes what they do is they piggyback on each other, or it's just a coincidence that I pulled that up. But I met him, and he was a lovely man. And then I found out later that Daniel showed us his video of his running with the bulls and talked about PJ. I was like, I think I know that guy. And Daniel was like, okay, right, whatever. So I asked him to call in tonight.
Okay.
Because it's a very meaningful thing for him to connect to this man who was, he was clearly an original. And
yeah, he just but he feels like he's he feels like he's more outrageous than this gentleman on the phone.
Is that possible?
He does. He feels like he's more outrageous, or maybe they would go toe to toe with things.
Susan, you'll have to have her Google me later. And then she'll figure
Who
out.
is this? Daniel who?
This is Daniel Baldwin. He is one of the Baldwin, but he was on Celebrity Rehab. Let's show the picture, Lindsay. Well, she can see Leeann, Kreischer, and then Daniel Baldwin.
Okay.
Do you know who Alec Baldwin is?
Yeah. I know.
They're brothers.
I can see that they're brothers.
It's a big family of fun guys.
Yeah.
And
no, this guy PJ, you know, Daniel, the thing, I think you guys, I don't know. I got to tell you, like, I feel like this guy would have laid down for you. Like, you know, he just makes me feel like there was a huge loyalty that you guys had. And I just feel like, and I just think like he doesn't want to make you think, he doesn't want you to feel that, he doesn't want to make you feel that that he let you down, and he really appreciates that you kind of saw beyond his pain. Like, I feel like you've been able to love him beyond this, this addiction and this passing, but he makes me feel like he's around you a lot. Like, he really, really does. And I think through this, I think there's a piece of him that helps make your life whole. Maybe it's like because you think of him, like there's a part of you that strives to live a little better because of him. Does that resonate? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And he really cares about you. Yeah. And but yeah, he sure said we had fun. He said he piggybacked.
Yeah.
He said he piggybacked. Oh my God, that is so funny. Did you feel him on your back? Did you feel him behind you?
While you're running?
Yeah, like literally with you.
The picture I'm going to send to Susan for you to look at.
Okay.
We decided, of course, two alcoholic addicts. We decided that we're going to run in Dead Man's Curve, the most violent and dangerous area of the run.
Oh, God.
And I tried to time it. I entered the turn ahead of the bulls. Well, they were faster than I calculated, and I ended up in the turn surrounded, encompassed by them.
Wow.
And when you look at the picture, I'll send Susan, you can't imagine that after I make this right-hand turn, I got out of it alive, and I got out of it without them. One bull barely touched.
But that's because he was there. Oh my God, look, I have goosebumps. He was there and he was surrounding you, and it was like a piggyback. Yeah. So it was almost like piggybacking you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I really feel. Like I said, when you look at this picture, there's 7 bulls within 3 feet of me, and
wow,
you just can't imagine. I got out of it, I'm getting run over, and not one of them.
Yeah.
So I know he was there guiding me.
It's not coming up. I don't think he's texting me while you're on the phone. But
he's definitely there.
But I will show it as soon as I get.
Okay. Yeah. He's definitely there.
God.
Daniel,
do you did that?
What month are we in? Hang on, Daniel. Don't hang up. What month are we in?
We're in
July. Daniel, do you have a birthday coming up, or is there a celebration, or maybe your anniversary, something? Because he's celebrating.
October 5th is my birthday.
Okay, what's your...
But I'll be 60.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a hard one. I had that in December. It was tough.
Well, he looks good for 60, though.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah.
He looks really good sober.
But he raises again. So, no offense, but I don't think PJ stopped drinking because he just raised another glass.
Happy birthday.
But he loves you.
What's in July? So it's the big 6-0 this year. So he's acknowledging that.
Yeah, he's acknowledging the big 6-0 that he made it. He's just acknowledging he made it.
Think about that, Daniel.
You made it.
You and I both made it to 60.
So
I mean, I'm astounded. I'm astounded.
Do that.
I mean, I married a doctor. So
there were guys in Vegas 10 years ago that would give long odds that I was going to make it.
Yeah, but you did it. Yeah, you did it. So, well, lots of love to you.
God bless you. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you.
I was a little nervous about asking you to come on. I was like, I wonder what he's going to say. And he said, I would love to. And it was nice.
How cool is it, though? He talked about his gold sneakers, the Nike sneakers, that he got a blister, the groin. I mean, that's a guy talking to another guy, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, it's funny because, when I met him, I knew they were both in they were in sobriety together. He and Andy, and Andy is also friends with Daniel.
Okay.
He's in his documentary. I don't know. Are you going to release that, or is it coming out, or are you going to?
I am. Oh, but I just sent you the picture for you to look at.
Yeah, for some reason I think oh, there it is. I got it. Okay. Oh my God. Look at that.
Oh, see, look at that.
That's me.
Wow.
Okay, I'll post that. That's going to be the banner.
But it's weird. Do you see how I got chills like crazy? But do you see how like there's you can almost see, look at that. You can even see the energy around them. Look. See?
Around his
you
head?
see right here. There's like a whole energy. You see that? Look.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. You can see it. It's right here. He's right here. So he really is like piggybacking them. See that?
She's
That is
pointing to
crazy.
your left shoulder. And
Yeah, it's over your left shoulder, like your head to your left shoulder. You can, I mean, look at that. You can see, no, he's all around you.
I'll
You can
post
actually,
it too, so everybody can see it.
maybe I'll circle it, but you can actually see his energy around. I know that sounds crazy, Danielle, but I'm telling you, you're just going to have to go with me on this.
She talks to dead people. So.
You can, his see, it's like an energy field around you. Like you can just see it. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. You can see it in the photo.
That's crazy. The bulls are amazing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But that's why
5 bulls around him.
Yeah, but see how they're not close. Like
I don't know if anybody can see that, but he's got. You can kind of see it. Do the zoom. Yeah, let me put it near Colby's because it's in focus. Look at he's running. He's got the bulls right over him, and she's.
That's crazy.
All right. So also tell PJ to stop shutting down my computer midstream because we got him in, and I knew he would come back. I knew it because anybody who's ever been on my show will be back if they pass. And I just want him to know thank you for coming in because I was a little concerned that somebody else would cock block it and it wouldn't be him. So, but she pulled through in flying colors. But God bless you. And
yeah, lots of love to you.
Go to bed. I know it's late where you guys are and stay well.
God bless you guys. Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Well, that was good.
Well,
Colby.
that was fun. That was crazy.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I'm going to post it. I might put it as a banner on this show.
Yeah, that's very
just
cool.
Crazy. PJ was adorable. He was just really adorable guy.
Aww.
And he reminded me of the first guy that you talked to
Oh.
as well. So they're probably up there together hanging out.
Piggybacking.
Yeah.
Piggybacking and having fun.
Oh, God, that's so funny. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let's talk to Casey. I think this is Casey. Hi, Casey.
Hello.
How are you?
I am doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank
Can you
you very
speak up a
much.
little though, Casey? I can't hardly hear you, honey.
So,
Yeah, sorry. My voice is just kind of raw with the allergies.
oh,
What can I do for you?
So I had a really big death. It was a year in January. And I'm just finding it really hard to find meaning in moving on and continuing and building a life.
Okay. So do you want to connect to this person or is it more just wanting to know how to move on? What would you like? And is it Cassie or Casey, honey?
I would love to connect with them. Casey.
Okay. Now this makes me feel like, obviously this is a great love. Do you understand that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I also feel like there's a soul connection as well. Do you understand that soul connection with this person?
Very much.
Twin flames. Do you understand that terminology with this person?
Say that again?
Twin flames. Have you thought of that or do you know that?
No.
Um,
I'm not sure.
okay. What's the relationship of the person?
My grandmother.
Okay. So there is this twin flames. Let me explain this for you, okay?
never heard of it.
You haven't?
No.
Well, twin flames is used in a different, sometimes people refer to it as couples. But this grandmother refers to it as like they're twin flames. Like these two were like two peas in a pod.
Oh, okay.
They're very much alike. They look alike, sound alike, think alike. that's the kind of twin flames. You understand that around your grandma?
Oh yeah.
It's like you make the same facial expressions she did. Do you know that? Like you really look like her, maybe more than your own mom. Don't tell your mom. Don't insult your mom like that. But,
she would be okay with that.
But it makes me feel like your grandmother now. But you see, your grandma, yeah, your grandma takes no crap.
No,
she takes no poo from anyone. I don't think we realized she was sick. Or there's something about, I think she was sick, but maybe we didn't realize it. I don't know. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
She
Totally.
didn't. Okay. Let me just work on this because I don't want to lose this connection with her. She gives me this feeling where, where I think she just kept kind of carrying on. Do you see what I'm saying? Like she gives me this feeling like, and she would get like, here she is tired, really tired, not feeling well, but she wouldn't tell anybody because again, she there's no sense in, she didn't think anything major was wrong. And so I think by the time
she had to keep on keeping on.
That's what she did. And then it traveled through her body. So do you understand that with her?
Yeah.
Okay. And she gives me, she gave you have a ring from her. Am I right? Do you have her ring?
Not a ring.
You
have other pieces.
You understand a piece of jewelry. Do you understand a stone or a diamond connected to her?
I have a string of pearls.
No, Cassie, you have, there is a diamond ring. Maybe your mom has it, but I think you're supposed to have it or it's coming to you. Do you know this ring? Do you know that ring I'm talking about?
Not at all.
Ask your, all right. I believe that there's a ring. Can you ask your mom about a ring?
I will, yeah.
Because I think that there's a ring for you. Because she keeps talking, yeah. And then put it in the Facebook comments. I'm pretty sure, and I think,
okay.
I really believe it's supposed to come to you, okay? I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's a ring. I just keep looking at it like it's a ring, okay? And she gives me this feeling where I think she would like to teach you a bunch of things. I think when you were little, she loved to kind of teach you things. I feel like that was like one of her passions. So just kind of chit-chatting with you, teaching you things, kind of having you kind of under her wing a bit. Do you understand that?
Always.
Okay. And I think she would let you play in her stuff. Now, if I go way back when you're a little girl, do you remember those little moments of playing in her stuff? Do you remember that?
I was at her house every single day.
Yeah. And she just makes me feel like, but she didn't try to stop you from going into, you're very curious and you're very nosy and you would go into her things and then you thought you were clever. She always knew you were in them, but she never called you out on it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have
That's a good grandma.
Do you have a jewelry box from her? She keeps, I don't know what it is with this jewelry. I know you mentioned, do you have a jewelry box or something?
I sleep with her jewelry.
What, baby doll?
I sleep with her every night.
You sleep with her?
I sleep with it every night.
Oh, see that? That's what she's talking about. There we go. Oh, sweetie.
She's still with you.
She is with you, but she's saying it's like, again, she's very practical. Like we all have our time and it was my time. And like, she's okay with that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just, I feel like, are you single? Can I ask? Or is there...
I'm married.
Oh, what is she talking about? Like she gives me.
She doesn't like your husband?
No, stop that. No, don't even.
I was joking.
No, but you can't tell someone like her. That's going to be traumatize her. That's not true. You earmuffs, all right, Cassie, earmuffs. She gives.
Hold on. Sorry. My phone dropped. I am so sorry.
Your phone is off?
My phone dropped out of my hand.
Oh, okay, got it. She gives me this feeling about...
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. She gives me this feeling of knowing that she is with you or knowing that it's time to kind of... maybe start trusting that she's there with you in the spirit world. Okay? Do you have
a hard time believing.
Do you have a daughter yet? She keeps showing me a daughter for you.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have no children.
You what?
I don't have any children. I'm having a hard time coping without having children since she's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think children are out of the question for you, though. Right? I mean, you can have them. Am I right?
No. I'm just nervous because I want her here.
Oh.
Now, this is, you gotta, okay, I get it, but you know, it's, life is meant to move on. Like, you have to, I mean, listen, you're going to get a hard talk from your grandma right now. Are you sure you're ready for this?
Always.
Okay. She wants you to keep loving. Love is supposed to continue on. The buck is not supposed to stop with her. Like, that's such a, I mean this with so much love, but that's such an injustice to her. This lady loved you like crazy. She loved you with everything she had, and she loved you so that you could keep loving, so that you could love your children, you know? So you're meant to do this. You're not meant to kind of stop the story right now. And like, where do you see this daughter coming in? I think she's going to look like your grandma. She's going to have grandma's eyes, or you're going to name her after your grandma. Like, there's something special here.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is going to be great.
Children.
This is going to,
if you don't want to get pregnant right away, make sure you use birth control.
You know, this is going to be beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. Do you got a Marie around you, sweetheart? The name Marie, first name, middle name, Marie?
Her sister's name is Maria. My sister's middle name is Marie.
Okay. It's knowing, so she's kind of, there's something about this that she's talking about. It's like, you can smell her. Did you smell her? You got to believe so you can smell her. Do you smell her?
I think, but I really have a hard time.
Oh, you know, baby,
it's so soon.
That's a year.
I know,
but and I'm not saying a year is long enough. I'm not saying that there's no time limit on grief, but I feel like it's about you have to have your grieving process. But I know her, like, she gives me this is she's a little bit impatient, right? Like, she's like, come on, let's go, let's move on. I mean, I'm only going off of her personality. And it's like, you've got things to do. You got babies to have. You got to take care of your own. And then one last, do you have a blanket from your grandmother, or that your grandmother would have made? Do you have something like that, a way or a side or something?
Many.
Okay. See, your baby's supposed to be using this baby blanket. Like, your baby's supposed to be using this blanket. You see how it all just, yeah. One last, oh my God, and then I'll shut up. Is there a stuffed animal? Do you have a little stuffed animal still?
I love it. Of course.
What, baby?
There's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot.
You see? So, like, if for her, like, she didn't do all this so the buck stops with, she's funny. I didn't do all this so the buck stops with you. Okay, it's supposed to keep going. I got great grandbabies to have.
Yeah, she wants to play with those babies.
She wants to be around them.
Did you hear Daniel? He had a man on his back while he was running with the bulls. They hang with you.
I think this will be. She is okay. Like, A, you need to know she's okay. B, you need to know there was nothing you could do. But C, she wants to keep living through you. So if you stop living, she can't continue to live through you. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we want to, she knows you. I mean, she told me, she knows you're sleeping with that darn jewelry thing. She knows about the blankets. She knows, she's there with you. She just wants you to give her a chance and cook. She liked to cook. She liked to bake. So you got to kind of do that,
Gotta bake her goodies.
Yeah, she wants the goodies. I know she does like the goodies. But anyhow, she sends you so much love, sweetheart.
I love grandmas.
She's okay.
I miss
I want you to know she's okay. Oh, I get it.
But thank you so much.
I get it.
Thank you so much.
I know, honey. I can feel. I am so close to my grandmother as well. Thank God my grandma's still in the living. But I know this. I know how you feel. But I also know she's okay, and I also know she wants you to keep living so that she can bring more to you. You see?
Can I get rid of the guilt of not being able to be there?
You know, that was an interesting thing. That's, of course you can. But, that was actually one thing she was saying is like, don't feel bad that you weren't there. I just kind of was stopping because I could read for the next hour,
That's
right?
Natural. That's a natural feeling.
But the thing is that I think you have to realize I know you think you had a choice, but you don't. Like, there's a part, like, you're meant to stay in a part of, she didn't want you to see her take her last breath. That's why you weren't there. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I know you think I know you think it's your choice, but it isn't your choice. It was her choice. Otherwise, something would have happened that she would have held out until you figured out how to get there. Do you see what I'm saying? Or until you got back to the room or whatever. So she's like, no. Like, she was like your force. She was like your superhero, you know? And so she wants you to remember her.
She was my comfort.
Yeah. And she wants you to remember her that way, not as her taking her last breath.
Which is all I can picture. And
you can't, like, you know, how old was she when she passed? In her 80s? How old was she?
77.
77. I want to bring something to your attention. 77, okay?
That's a good long life.
It's a lot of memories. It's a lot of things she did. How old are you now, sweetheart?
28.
Okay, so you were 27 when she passed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are dismissing 27 years of wonderful memories of her talking with you, baking for you, sitting next to you, playing dress up with you. 27 years, you're saying, nope, they don't matter because the only thing that matters are the last minutes of your life. And that's not fair to her. That all that time, all those things you shared, all those giggles, all the times you cried to tell her about boy trouble, all of that matters too. So you got to kind of go back into that, okay?
Right. I understand.
I want you to celebrate 77 and 27, okay? Okay. All right. Lots of love, honey. Lots of love to you.
Thank you so much.
She says they're real pearls, by the way.
That's why I wanted them so bad.
She was very proud. She's very proud. You know how you can bite pearls, and you know she bit them and said, "These are real." So
the real ones.
Lots of love to you, honey. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye-bye, baby.
Okay.
Bye.
So, can you see the Restream on there, Colby?
Kind of.
A lot of people are asking questions. There's Jose Meza has a question. He says, my wife was born and raised in South Korea. We've been married 15 years with 2 girls and 1 boy. I'm of Latina descent, but I've noticed that she's really tough and strong with the oldest daughters, but very gentle with the toughest boy. When it's time to give advice or discipline the kids with philosophy and explaining consequences, my wife always seems to disagree on how I approach this situation. Thank you, Jose, for asking that question.
That's a great question. And I'll answer it with my Scooby sense, but then Susan, you know, you've got boys and girls, so maybe you can answer it from like an actual mom experience. But I think for her, I think there's a part of her, and I could be mistaken, but there's a part of her that wants the man to be strong, because I feel like he's going to be the one going out, in a way, being the provider or the warrior. So I think for her, she wants to make sure she's raising a strong son. I think she wants the daughters to be
but he's more gentle. She's more gentle with the toughest boy.
Wait. She's tough with the girls, right?
Tough with the girls. The oldest girl. Very tough and strong with the oldest daughters, but gentle with the toughest boy.
because she's trying to get him, but she's trying to show, like, she's trying to get to love him. Like, I think because she feels like he needs the most nurturing. So I think she's trying to give him that nurturing, thinking that will help. Like, I think she's afraid tough love would send him down the wrong pathway.
And it's also a cultural difference.
I think it's a cultural thing too.
Yeah. So the boys are always the prized possession in the Asian community. Like they have to be like she said, the one who provides and takes care of the family when they get older. So they're the it's just a weird cultural thing that happens in China where, you know, in the old days you couldn't have girls. Like if you wanted one boy, and then they would give the girls away. So, you know, it's not necessarily that, but I can see, like, and also maybe she's just, I don't know, it's weird because, like, I have triplets and my kids say, you know, oh, you were easier with Douglas, but, you know, Douglas had brain surgery when he was a baby, and then he ended up breaking his arm, and then he broke his leg, and we're actually more connected now because of that, because of these horrible experiences that happened in his life. And I did spend more time with him because he was having so much trauma, but I didn't plan it. Like, I think subconsciously it just happens, and, you know, maybe you just have to communicate with her and just say, listen, you know, don't get in a fight about it, but just say, it's come to my attention that, you know, this is how you treat them. What's your reasoning? Yeah. You know, and but I like this question. This is a good Dr. Drew question. Yeah. But he's not here. He's doing Fox 11 right now. So yeah. I appreciate your question, Jose, and I like some of the comments on YouTube, and, you know, I know some people are kind of astounded that I have this show on Dr. Drew's platform, but I've always had it here. Just nobody noticed it before. Yeah, yeah. I hope that, you know, if it's not your cup of tea, it's okay. You don't have to watch. But I like the question of, you know, child rearing. I mean, Colby can look at it, you know, psychically, but I think it's more something that Drew would probably be able to answer. Yeah. Yeah, it's more of a psychological thing. Yeah. And also, you know, my daughter, I was a little tougher on my boys too. So I don't know. It's a strange, everybody has their reasons, you know. We all have psychological reasons for raising our kids differently. Yeah. So how are you feeling?
I'm doing okay, but just out there to Val, who said they shouldn't post a certain time and then come in earlier.
I apologize.
There was a miscommunication. So it is what it is. We're here, Val. Don't be too disappointed. Yeah, everyone gets called at random anyway. It doesn't matter. It's not like whoever calls first gets in first. It's all at random. So if your question is supposed to be answered, it will come through. Just and kind of find joy in other people getting through. You know,
I feel terrible. I booked 6 and Colby was expecting 5, so we started like at 5:20 today.
Yeah, it is what it is. You do the best you can, everybody.
I had Leeann, Kreischer, and Daniel Baldwin set up, so I didn't want to keep Daniel up too late because he had a really great story. And then these are 2 shows, so the second one actually started at 6:00.
Well, there you go. See, we're doing the best we can for sure. Especially, you know,
I can't believe
COVID technical issues. I
can't believe that computers shut down 3 times. That's the weirdest. Yeah, thing. It never happens on any other shows. So.
Yeah. So
I think PJ.
Let's do another color.
PJ was dying to get through.
All right, we'll do another color.
Okay.
We'll get one more in there.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This is a good one. Hello, Olivia.
Hi, for Olivia.
Yes, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So you're here with Colby. Go ahead and ask your question.
So I called because I had a question. So I'm going to go sit outside, sorry. So I'm pretty spiritual myself. However, my current home, so when I first moved in, my husband came by himself and checked it out on his own without me seeing it. He was like, okay, this is where I'm going to go.
Can you speak
I
up?
pulled
It's just
up,
really hard to hear
right?
you, sweetheart. Can you speak up, honey?
Yes. Sorry, my voice. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Go ahead, hon.
That's better. Okay. So we pulled up, and I was like, I just got an instant bad energy. So I'm like, I don't know about this. And then I did a walkthrough, and I swear, the only thing in this house, there's nothing in this house but a fortune cookie on the counter. And I'm really big about fortune cookies. It was super weird. And then also there was a stick in the mailbox that we just both knew, like, don't touch this stick. Like, it just had that energy. And I never opened the fortune cookie. I think I threw it away or I tucked it away somewhere. I don't remember exactly. So I'm just curious because it's like, and my husband, he suffers from really bad, severe depression. I'm an ex-addict myself, so we both have our energies that, sometimes try to linger and we have to fight off on our own. But however, when it comes to my home, sometimes I feel like it's my safe zone, and then second, I feel like there's a bad energy here because I feel like it's either us vibing off that energy, giving off that energy, and that's what I'm feeling, or it's something inside the home. So I'm not sure, or both.
I don't feel like it's the home. I feel like there's a part of it, like, I do believe you're very intuitive, so I don't want to discount that at all. Okay, so I know you're intuitive, but I almost feel like you didn't give the house a chance. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like you know when you kind of meet someone and you didn't like them and you just kind of can't get around it.
But I try to, and I do love my home, but at the same time, that's why I say I think it's myself sometimes, or it's my own. I pick up other people's bad energy, or it's
let me tell you what it is. Yes, this is so. It's not the home. I think what it is you're what we call an empath, and so an empath picks up.
I try to close it, but I don't let it.
Yeah, and so, like, when you go around your day, or when you're at the office, or whatever it is, you're kind of picking up on all that negative kind of vibe. You're like a sponge, and then you go home, and you're dispersing it in your house. So I think it has something to do with that. Is kind of what it is. It's like I think you're not releasing the energy you're pulling in, or the energy that you're feeling. And so I feel like you got to release it and start letting it go. Mm-hmm. Are you doing your salt baths?
I am one to hang on to things.
Yeah, see, but okay, but right. But you see how that's not good for you? Do you say, like, it's not good for your physical health? Do you see why it like, I'm not saying that asthma is created by it, but you see how you have trouble breathing, like, because you're not letting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. And anxiety, and I do let it build. I do. And like, I don't do the cleansing. I try to do it, like, mentally, just connectively, but not actual, like, a cleanse. And I believe I need to do an actual cleanse. I don't know. Do I need to cleanse myself or at home?
I don't think it's not really that. It's me. You could cleanse, but then you're just going to fill it right back up. I think you have to learn how to release it. You have to relearn how to dump it. Because we could get you to cleanse in 3 days, you feel great, and then a week later you feel like poo-poo again because you've filled back up. So I think you just have to, it's about dumping it, like saying, hey, what is mine versus what is somebody else's? And if it's somebody else's stuff and they're projecting, or you're feeling their anxiety, you feeling anxiety too has, sometimes that's you picking up on the emotions of other people. So it really has to do with letting that go, saying, hey, that's somebody else's emotions. I don't need to make them my emotions. I can, like, let them have it, and I don't have to be responsible for it.
Yes. Do you have any strategy or, like, recommendation or, like, anything along those lines of how I can let it go? Because I am such an empath. And I work at a cancer center. So I see it all day.
Oh.
Yeah. The sick people, I hear the stories. I see the emotion. I see the ups. I see the downs. Yeah. And then myself, and then my own personal life.
One thing I think is really
having to keep that happy smile.
I know. But one thing is there's a couple things. One thing I think is huge. I'm a big person for salt baths. I honestly am. So if you're, like literally a salt bath every night, like you shouldn't be going to bed without your salt bath. Okay.
How about a salt scrub?
Salt scrub is
Take a shower.
Yeah, salt scrub is if you're taking a shower.
Joe's, they have like salt and lavender. It's really cheap.
Yeah, so so a salt thing would be really good. Also, just taking a few minutes a day, like again, you're really kind of run down too, so you're not really. I want you to imagine like white light going through the top of your head, going through your body, and all the way through the bottom of your feet. So like this beautiful white light constantly moving through you. Then the other thing I want you to realize is you can hold this space for other people without absorbing it. So at your workplace, you could put on a smile, but just know like you're a battery, you're an energy source. So you can hold that space for others. You don't have to make it your responsibility to feel their pain. And that really is going to help you, okay?
That's your cue.
Sound good?
I have one more question.
Wait.
Can I ask one more question?
Quickly.
Go ahead. Okay. Is my grandmother around?
Oh, that is not a quick question. That would be a whole other reading. Yes, she's around, but that would be another 10 to 15 minutes.
The dog says yes.
Okay.
The dog too, is it? But we'll get that.
That's okay. All I need to know is here.
You know she's around. You don't need to ask me.
Just making sure.
Yeah, right. She's there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Lots of love.
Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
All right, how about one more quick one?
So I have a quick thing. Some guy said that he's on Suboxone. He was a heroin addict and he's on Suboxone. He wants to know if he should stop it to have baby. This is not for you, but I just wanted to answer him. He wants to tell you, that's something you have to ask Dr. Drew, whether you should stop don't stop the Suboxone. Okay. Apparently you can take it forever. It's fine, but just stay clean and sober on your Suboxone for now. And check with your doctor, because, and if you want to call in, if you want to ask him on the Restream, we're going to be back tomorrow on Dose of Dr. Drew at 3 p.m. So you can ask that question tomorrow.
Wendy King wants to know how is Stan. Stan is so good, Wendy. Stan is my neighborhood squirrel, and he's got quite the friendship group now. So I'm feeding about 10 of them. So there you go. And thank you, Russ. That was very sweet.
She has her own little psychic.
They're all squirrels. He got, there's tree squirrels. Well, Stan went out and got the field squirrels. Says, hey, you need a place. Come over here, and you should see them. And the little baby. Oh, they're everywhere. But thank you.
Oh, how cute.
Yes, thank you.
Babies.
Yes, so
I
cute.
Love babies. I'm starting to get to the age where I want to see babies.
Yeah, not me. Nope, not at all. Nope.
I want to be the grandma. I want to be the grouchy grandma.
Yeah.
It doesn't take S from anybody. I'm gonna be that one too. You want to do another question? I was gonna read a couple of things.
I got it.
If anything pops out at you, but everybody, thank you so much for being supportive on YouTube and Facebook and Periscope, and also I don't know if we have any Twitch people today. They're usually younger kids, but thanks for your great questions on here and
Val, wait, go up. Hi, Colby. Wait, would you have been my today she says today would have been my dad's 87th birthday. Do you have a message? So we'll finish with that.
It's also Chris Cornell's birthday.
Yes,
Somebody said that on here.
I know, but I don't want to take away from her dad's 87th birthday.
I should call Vicky. I haven't talked to her in a long time.
Well, let me answer Val. Can I answer Val?
She's probably friends with Baldwin too.
I'm gonna answer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just running through my Rolodex of people I need to call.
All right. So Val, let's talk real quick. Your dad's 87. You know what? I feel like, and we'll just leave it and hopefully she can connect. Dad is like definitely, he felt very active even as he was older. So he seemed like pretty sharp and on his feet. And I do think he's like the kind of guy that people felt very comfortable being around. Mm-hmm. And he kind of just gives me that feeling like, I guess his message is more for you, Val, is just saying, you know what? Like, you don't have to worry about him. It's like, I want to see you get to 87. Like, so he was very proud of what he could do. Like, you get to 87 and see me.
Yeah.
So he feels to be very good, and he feels to be very strong, and he appreciates that you think of him. He appreciates those things you did. And I believe you sang happy birthday today. Like, I feel like you actually sang happy birthday or put a candle out.
Happy birthday on
so
my
he
dad's
kind of
birthday.
acknowledges that. So lots of love to you
I know,
and your
that's
dad.
Beautiful.
So there we
and
go.
And also tell him he can go have a drink with Chris Cornell because it's his birthday too.
Yeah. Well, I think they're very different men, but yes. Thank you, Josh, sweetheart.
Maybe
Thank
they're
you.
hanging out. I don't know. My dad would like Chris Cornell.
Oh, I think a lot of people would love Chris Cornell, but her dad's just such a he's just a different kind of guy.
He's trying to get people together in the afterlife too. You know. I gotta get my people together here.
Her dad's like very responsible, like a real sharp man.
You want to take one more?
One more, last one,
okay.
Last one, and then I got to eat sushi.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's not sushi tonight, but I have other stuff.
That's okay.
I hope you like what I got you.
Okay.
I know. I have to feed the host when I'm done. It's part of the package deal.
All right, you ready? One more. Last one.
We haven't talked about love, future love. Should we do that?
Sure.
And then we can talk about the future about financial effects of COVID.
Love.
I love that question, Russell, but I think we're going to save that for the next show.
Love.
So, but thanks for calling back. Okay, here we go. Oops. Wait, what happened? I went away. Okay. I think I got it.
Okay.
I don't know. This better not be.
Hello?
Hi there. Who is this?
Hi, this is Sunny.
Hi, Sunny. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
I'm
You got a
blessed.
question around love?
I'm blessed.
Yeah,
I have to
so
believe it all the time.
married young, had my kids young. I'm just 50, and I'm getting my third grandchild here in a few months. But I've been single for 10 years,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm wondering if love is out there for me, or if it's just, if I should just be single the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sunny, I mean, to me, sweetheart, the answer is so obvious. Yes, love is out there, but like, you got to do your part, though. You know, I just feel like you got to do your part, because I don't feel like you're doing your part. Like, you're just not. You're not out there dating. You're not out there.
I don't date much because I'm not very healthy,
Oh.
and so getting out's a little bit trickier for me.
That doesn't mean you're okay, you gotta, but I want you to, don't create excuses. Wait, Sonny, I don't know if you're gonna be happy you called in, but like, I'm telling you, you know what, just because, listen, do you know how many ill people have life partners? Do you know how many people who are ill and find true love? There's no reason.
I do.
There's no reason that you don't deserve love. And there's no reason. How do you know that there's not a partner for you that would love nothing more than to have someone to help or to take care of? And maybe he's a big TV buff, right? So he doesn't need these big old travel things. Whoops. Okay, hang on. You're making me... Look at you.
Yeah.
You're making me throw my earphones all around the place here.
Only working in one
So
I'm
hang on.
so sorry.
So the thing, look at me. You're making me throw things down. Here's the weird thing. Let me just tell you one thing that's so interesting. I did a reading for a client before I got here today, and we talked about this car, and I said, "Oh, the car is breaking down," and they said the car is breaking down because the car is a little older. But the license plate is Sunny 555. So I know that that's you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you see? So although you're a little older and although we got that 50, so I feel like if you put yourself out there 100%, you're going to have a person and you're going to feel better. And this isn't about you having a ton of energy. This isn't about you needing to be in the best shape of your life to find someone. This is just about being open to finding someone. This is just about saying, hey, you know, you're a good mom. You're a good grandma. It's knowing that you deserve that love too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to.
Making me teary-eyed.
Well, we got to get you out there. I know your kids are encouraging you. I know they are. I can hear them. And you got so
Yeah,
much.
we have a little bit of a distance between us, but it's because they want me to be more active and out there more.
Yeah, but they're doing it because they care about you. They're doing it because they're doing it because they can all see that you're the one holding yourself back. I mean, do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to tell you something funny that my 7-year-old granddaughter said the other day.
Yeah.
She asked me to get married so I could have kids so she could babysit my kids.
Oh.
Like, she hasn't made that leap. It was so cute. I'm like, your mommy has a baby in her tummy, so you can babysit that one. But
you see?
is my dad or an aunt coming through by any chance?
You see? Who do you? I'm not going to do a whole reading because this was supposed to be just about love.
Okay.
And it's not,
Colby
and it's just not.
Book a reading
It's not fair to the last caller who kind of wanted two things too. It's just not fair. I'm sorry, Sonny. So it's like you got to know that they're with you, but if you ask that you have a love question, that's what we're going to answer.
You know what? Here's the deal. They are with you.
Yeah, of course they are.
I mean, they're always with you, and I think we've proven it a few times by saying, I mean, it's who's in your heart that you want to have in your, afterlife life. So, they're around you. They're around you. I was talking to Drew's dad yesterday when I was sitting on the couch, and no, the other one.
Yeah.
Lindsay, the other camera. I was telling Lindsay that you're kind of leaning out of the frame, so because you're like over here. But I was talking to him on the couch and I was telling him why I like coming to the house that they gave us when he passed, and how I like being alone, how I really liked being alone. And I was telling him, I really get why you guys like coming down here alone, because we would come down and visit like 1 week a year, and always felt sorry that we didn't spend more time with him. But I don't think he cared. He probably liked it, but I just had this feeling that I should tell him that I agree with him, that being alone is not so bad. It's just,
it's not horrible.
I know. I mean, you're 50. Okay. So I'm 60. I had, your kids are at an age where they have their own kids, and you need to have your own life too. So if you can just like really focus on yourself and try to enjoy your life, because when you hit 60, you start freaking out like, oh shit, I didn't do enough. Now I got to do more, because I've only got, maybe another 20 to 30 left in me. Like, what am I going to do now? I mean, I'm fortunate to still have, I have a marriage, so I'm pretty much set with my passion, but I have, but I feel like
and congratulations on being together for so long. I just commend you guys for that.
Anniversary. So this is my anniversary week. We're celebrating. We're gonna have some cake tonight. So, but it's just important that you have me time.
Yeah.
And like I said, being alone is not a bad thing. You don't always have to be taking care of your kids, and you can take a little time, maybe go on a trip once we come out of COVID-19. Start planning it, for next spring, because I think all of us are going to be ready to jump on a bus and go somewhere. But if you can find time for yourself, things you enjoy, and also be social, or go on an app, meet people, like, I don't know, have fun on the internet with dating. Like, I mean, it's not so bad.
I should start that again.
You should. I think you'd have a lot less health problems. I'm not the doctor, but I believe you got to kind of get out of the story that you're telling yourself. Honestly, Sonny, your soul has a lot more youthfulness and a lot more energy than you're giving it permission to have.
And then we're all in lockdown. It's like, it's impossible. It seems impossible, but you can go, go out to a nice outdoor cafe and have lunch with somebody and flirt with some guy or something. I don't know. Just go, try to just move out of your safe space.
There you go.
Have fun, and try to, try new things. Get back to us and let us know how it goes. And you know what? Also, somebody also said on Facebook, get a therapist, because therapy.
I have one. I go every 2 weeks or every week on Tuesdays. I go.
You need to do right, and they give you advice. And
well, I told her too. Get out.
And if you want a whole reading with Colby and want to talk to your spirits, you can go to psychicrebel.com and sign up.
It's colbyrebel.com.
Colbyrebel.com. You can find her at Psychic Rebel, and also